as I go. Why? I don't know why they're doing that. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am your instructor, Pierre Hui, aka Mr. P. Today is Wednesday, wonderful Wednesday. Okay. I don't think about Wednesday as a hump day. I think of Wednesday as another wonderful day. Okay. So we're going to start with our study. We're going to start with chapter 4 today, and we're going to work our way through how we do this. Let me get this situated. All right, cool. First of all, infection control. Why are we studying infection control? Because it's important to know the pathogens you and your clients may be exposed to in the shop in their modes of transmission. Two, understanding, practicing proper infection control within the laws and rules help you safeguard your health of your clients, and your business. Next, it is important to respect the procedures for handling chemicals used in cleaning and disinfecting by reading labels, following manufacturer's instructions to help to keep you and your clients safe. Practicing safety precautions on a daily basis protects your clients and your license. And last but not least, a responsible professional barber is conscientious about infection control and safety. Listen, your customers will appreciate you. All right. Many federal state agencies regulate the practice of barbering. Federal agencies set guidelines for the manufacture, sale, and use of equipment and chemical ingredients. These guidelines also monitor safety in the workplace and place limits on the types of services you can perform in a barber or stylist shop. State agencies regulate licensing, enforcement, and your conduct when you are working in the shop. All right, we got a high percentage subject coming up. Are y'all ready? Federal agencies, you have the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, which stands for OSHA. OSHA, OSHA, stands for the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. What is their importance? OSHA created as part of the U.S. Department of Labor to regulate and enforce safety and health standards to protect employees in the workplace. Regulating employee exposure to potentially toxic substances and informing employees about the possible hazards of materials used in the workplace are key points of the Occupational Safety and Health Act of 1970. This regulation created the Hazard Communication Standard, which requires that chemical manufacturers and importers assess and communicate the potential hazards associated with their products. The Material Safety Data Sheet was a result of the HCS. In 2012, along with representatives from most of the nations in the United Nations, OSHA agreed to comply with the globally harmonized system of classification and labeling of chemical system. This initiative was designed to create label standards to be used around the globe and includes the use of certain pictograms to indicate possible safety concerns. The initiative also includes the adoption of a 16 category standard format safety data sheet, which is a SDS, to replace the previous MSDS, which was the material safety data sheets. HCS Act 1983 gave workers the right to know, but the new GHS gives workers the rights to understand. The standards set by OSHA are important to barbers. Why? Because of the products that they use daily. OSHA standards address issues relating to the handling, mixing, storing, and disposing of products, general safety in the workplace, and your right to know about potentially hazardous ingredients contained in the products and how to avoid these hazards. Barbers should view OSHA as an agency designed to ensure a safe workplace for all U.S. workers, which is a big reason why all those chemical products right there, they're set up on that shelf for a reason in plain view. So you can see what you need to be doing. That's more of an OSHA thing than anything. But state board kind of enforces those types of things too. But even state board is afraid of OSHA. So what part of that really, really, really matters as far as the test? OSHA stands for Occupational Safety Health Administration. They are responsible for material safety data sheets, which became safety data sheets after 1970. Okay, that's the biggest thing behind OSHA. But the biggest thing is to understand what the hell OSHA means in the first place. Okay. All right. We're going to jump to chapter 5. Implements, tools, and equipment. Why would we study those? Because understanding the purpose, capabilities of your implements and tools will help you select the right tool for the job. Second, knowing the parts of your implements, tools, and equipment will help You understand instructions given during practical work, comply with infection control procedures, and to know when an item may need repair or replacement. Also, understanding how to hold and use your implements and tools, critical to achieving desired results. And last, using barbering equipment correctly and safely is important to your safety and the comfort and safety of your clients. Um, Here's the thing: you knowing how to handle implements, tools, and equipment also says to your customer, "Hey, I know what I'm doing. You are correct in trusting me, and I appreciate you trusting me because what I'm going to give you is a service and my experience and knowledge, all that stuff wrapped into one." Okay, which translates for us as the service provider, more money. Okay, it's just good business and just good business in the first place. All right. Okay. We're going to talk about combs, brushes, and we're going to start with combs. Okay. Combs made from various materials. They got different shapes and sizes. Good quality comb is just slightly flexible with smooth, rounded teeth that will comb through the hair without snagging individual strands. Let me also say this while we're talking about it. I don't even like slightly flexible personally, but that's because most of the hair I deal with looks like mine, which is curly and kinky, aka nappy. I need some strength. I need a carbon comb or a bone comb, as we like to call it. We'll get to that. All right. Most of the combs used in haircutting measure between 7 to 8 inches long with a shape that may be straight, tapered, or handled. The materials used in the construction of the comb determine the characteristics or qualities. Hard rubber combs, slightly flexible and durable, but can deteriorate if left in a disinfectant over an extended time. Combs made from carbon materials, that's what I'm talking about, are anti-static, they're stiff, and they are heat and chemical resistant. Those are my favorite types of combs to use to apply my trade. Graphite combs, less rigid than carbon material combs and are heat and chemical resistant as well. Metal combs can retain heat to help set in a hairstyle. Made from tempered aluminum or other materials, metal combs may corrode in reaction to chemicals such as hydrogen peroxide. All right, quick word about the comb teeth. Spacing between the teeth of a comb varies with the style of comb. Many combs are designed with fine or narrow teeth at one end and coarse or wide, farther apart teeth at the other end. Other comb styles have uniformly spaced teeth for the entire length of the comb. The spacing of the teeth is important because the thickness, distribution of the hair strands that flow through the comb can affect your cutting or styling outcomes. For example, combing through a section of hair with the narrow end of the comb merges the hair strands closer together than the wide end of the comb does. Thus, the narrow end allows for better control of the hair and more precise haircutting. Generally speaking, combination combs give you the ability to adapt to different densities within the hair without switching combs. A narrow tooth comb can be used for combing and cutting fine hair textures or when performing detail work. Wide tooth combs are preferred for detangling, creating styling effects, or for distributing product through the hair. And last but not least, we're going to talk about comb styles, and then we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in a few short minutes, basically. All right. Given all the different types of combs available, the most appropriate or best comb to use ultimately depends on the procedure to be performed, the client's hair texture, and the barber's personal preference. A styling or all-purpose comb, usually constructed of both narrow and wide-spaced teeth, used for general haircutting and styling. A taper comb can be used for cutting hair in those areas where a gradual blending of the hair is required. The taper end is especially useful when working in tight areas or for trimming mustaches, for tapering necklines, or for blending around the ears. A flat handle comb with evenly spaced teeth works best to achieve a flat top style, also as an option to use in clip over comb cutting. A wide tooth comb can be used to control large amounts of hair, spread relaxer cream, detangle hair, or comb through curly hair textures. The tail comb, best choice for sectioning longer hair or when making partings to create subsections for wrapping the hair on rods or rollers or for color applications. And last but not least, a hair pick is an effective choice for combing through texture or tightly curled hair. Y'all remember that. Okay, we're going to jump off of here. We will be back very, very shortly. We're going to get into some more things. We're going to get into what is it? Anatomy, physiology. We're going to get into a little bit of electricity. We're going to get a little bit of chemistry, um, and a little bit about structures, disorders, diseases of the skin, scalp, and hair. Okay, so I'll be jumping off of here. I'll see y'all soon.